Okay guys, I took the tins off. I got these two wires here. They're going to be LEDs, red LEDs underneath the tank. I figured out my throttle pop problem. The problem is on the Vulcans, they got this little tit when you clamp the bar inside the housing. And the guy got it off of before he'd cut it, and these ones work real nice. With, after he cut it. I got a new set. It wouldn't work with the new set because it's got that little tit. The big chrome one's I'm taking off until I can get something different. But the set he sold me came with a smaller set, and I thought it'd work. They don't work either. I really don't know if I want these mirrors up here. I think I might just cut these plastic ones and get the end cap mirrors. That way I know if something loosens up that my hand still won't come off, because I'll have the mirrors holding. Get it a little lower and sleeker. What I'm working on right now, other than the electrical and the hand grips, is finishing up the wiring. I told you I was going to show you guys, I took video, a little bit of video. I didn't get it all. It went quicker than I thought. But load resistors. This is the ass end of the bike. I got my plate lit up, got my brake lights. Now my brake lights, what I did was I added in one across here like I told you I was gonna. And this is what happens when I brake. Nice little LED up under there. And then my turn signal is bright as hell. So if you can't see me, and then I'm going to have running lights shining the motor and shining the ground that are red to match. I got some custom graphics coming for the side. Some people call them dog bowls, but on the dog bowls, my friends, longtime family, they call me. My nickname is Death, and it'll say my birth year is 72, so it'll say 72, and then it'll say Death Custom going along here. And same thing on the other side. And then I'm gonna put my tank back on. Everything's illuminated. Get some gas in her. I looked online. Anybody that likes fork signals, basically they show you the same ones that I just bought it at Napa or one of them. But basically I had to zip tie it on because the glue sucks. Even though it's made by 3M, it won't stay on the bar. The other side will kind of pop out. Alright, now here's what they're doing to you. This exact same light, some company had them put a metal strip zip tie on the back side of it. They charge $139. They got another company that takes this same light, puts it in a metal housing that actually clamps to the bar, and those are $239. So I'm gonna save up for the ones that actually clamp the bar, but in the meantime I'll use these. And as you can see, I got a zip tie right there that you can barely see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the idea from the other style that are $109, but I'll take a zip tie, go this way, and I'll clamp a zip tie on the inside, and then when it's done, I'll draw it together and it'll pull both ends in, and you won't see it out here. That way if it breaks or something, it's not coming off, because I'll have one going around, and then the ones going around are going to hold the one on the back side, and I'm going to pull it, and you won't see anything. So that's where I'm at with that. Now I got this little, sorry about that guys, I got this little Chinese digital dash. It's going to give me fuel, which I don't have because I don't have the chrome thing on the tank for fuel. And it's kind of decent actually. It's other than me wiring it. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, but I'm probably going to have to cut these, splice them, whatever. But I got my wires down here, and at least it'll give me gas gauge, RPM, speed, shift pattern. It basically reads out everything. So miles per hour, kilometers, the whole kit and caboodle. Well, I found out that my old headlight nuts right here, it's actually the same width right here on this, that I can make I made a little bracket, and that's what I've been working on right now. I just got one side of it done, and then I primed it. I'm going to paint it black right here. That's that little deal right here. But I had to cut a space out so I could get around the bottom side of the wiring harness. And the big hole is because they put rubber bungs in there so it doesn't vibrate around on you while you're doing it. So this side where my finger is, that's going to be mounted solid, and down where the big hole is, that's where the actual unit itself is going to be mounted with the rubber bungs so it doesn't vibrate all over the place. Now basically what I got is I got another chunk of steel, same as this, and I'm about to cut it on the bandsaw, and then bend it, drill holes, bend it, and make it for the other side. And then that way I'll have both sides, and I can mount the thing solid with both bungs, both bolted in those holes, and the speedo mount will be done. Then I'm going to do a headlight mount, get that hooked up. Then I'm going to get all my LEDs hooked up, and then I'm going to start buttoning things right up tight. I'm going to wind up taking it over to a buddy of mine who owns a shop, and I probably could do it myself, but I haven't done a motorcycle in a long time. I mean, painting and stuff is one thing, but getting into the motor and being shaft drive, he's going to change the shaft oil. He's going to change the motor oil, tranny oil, gear oil, whatever's in there. While I'm at it, I'm going to have him do white walls. And I almost want to tell my painter that he's not done yet and get where, if you see the rims, they're silver with black, stock Kawasaki rims. Same thing in the front. I want to have him clean up the aluminum on the outside and have him paint the inside the same red as the bike. I'm trying not to go crazy on the red. I want red, white, black, and chrome. I still got to polish all the chrome. I'm trying not to overkill on the red, even though it is a beautiful color. I got my tank sitting up out of the way over here with my bobber seat. Most guys don't consider it a bobber because I didn't make it a rigid. Well, I'm 44 years old and my ass is not gonna ride around on a rigid. I don't know if you've ever been to my town or not, but let me tell you, you'd fucking kill yourself after about 3 miles riding like that. So between the potholes and the gravel and the dirt and their version of fixing the road up here is tar and gravel, so suit yourself. But I'm leaving the springs. Don't care. I might upgrade to they got some nice piggybacks. I mean, new aftermarket chrome ones for this are like almost $5, which to me, ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's almost more than half of what I paid for the bike. Don't get me wrong, I got $600 up in the paint job, but they got piggyback shocks for $89 a set. The gas piggybacks with springs, so even if the gas goes out, you still, you can still ride it home because you got the springs to rely on. Kind of no-brainer there if I switch out, but like I say, I may have the rims painted and definitely getting white walls, and I'll figure out this. I want to ride it. I'm sick of working on the throttle and all that bullshit, so my buddy who owns a shop, he knows more about what you can get and what you can't get that'll fit it, and we'll go from there. I mean, otherwise we may drop the forks inside the